If I were to have to give 3 tips for adopting the AI services, and there's kind of 2 flavors of this. One is using services that are kind of pre-canned within your business. So like some of the Copilot stuff from Microsoft within the Office suite or within, a range of your SaaS platforms. And the other side is building your own applications. So I'm going to abstract out a little bit and kind of genericize to hit both of those use cases. I think the first is have a defined business objective. Like, I'm the security guy. I am way happier playing with code and trying to break stuff and trying to fix stuff. But the reality is having a defined desired business outcome beyond just save money and fire people, really understand like what's our specific objective here. And are we going to be able to measure success or measure failure? I think that's one of the big ones. The other is, look, go adopt AI and move fast and break things, but have a real understanding between when that touches a production business process and data versus doing the experimentation to let your developers, administrators, or business units kind of figure things out. You really want to have that separation because the ones you're going to use in production, that's when you need to start putting in your security guardrails. That's when you need to do the security testing. AI is non-deterministic. It's not like our regular code where you have your inputs and you should be able to understand what the outputs are. So because it's non-deterministic, it does bring different kinds of risk. It does mean you need to put different kinds of guardrails and assessments in place. And then the third I think is understanding the software supply chain. Not all of these tools and technologies are created equal, even when you're using the same AI model. For example, if I build something and I'm going direct to Anthropic's Claude or direct to OpenAI and my developers are coding directly to those APIs, that's very different than if I'm running it in a Microsoft Copilot scenario where I'm consuming that from Microsoft from Azure, which is very different than if I'm consuming those same models over on the Amazon side. And those vendors, particularly the cloud vendors, are really trying to one-up each other and provide a lot of value add or additional services. I tend to do more in AWS. So with AWS, if I'm using Bedrock, they actually have guardrails functions that you can leverage and use. That's a different technology that kind of overlays and can really make a difference in terms of how you architect your application and you design your risk. If you're going to use Azure instead, that's fine. They've got different sets of technologies. But once you start going from that, we're experimenting, we're letting our developers run free with it, the minute you want to start getting that into production code, you need to start looking at the additional capabilities to actually bring more security, to bring more safety as well, because that becomes an issue with these, into your use of AI.